another Wednesday night. And tonight, thank goodness, there is no football to tie us down till late into the night. And tonight, News Extra is truly extra. We have interesting stories from the presidency, the judiciary, National Assembly, and from across the states. I'm, however, sure you will be interested in updates on the senator from Adama, whose video is currently viral. Stay with us and hear his senatorial apology. As usual, we have business stories, health stories, social welfare, and of course, sports. So just sit back and relax. As we usually say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. I am Fatima Umabuba, and this is News Extra. Now, the President Muhammadu Buhari has assured that the federal government will sustain efforts in building transmission infrastructure and called on the electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, to work harder in injecting more resources and technical expertise to improve supply of electricity across the country. This was when the president received a delegation of Edo State Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs, led by Oba Eweri of the second. Well, the report will come in the course of the bulletin. And President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the recommendations of the Presidential Committee on the Impact and Readiness Assessment of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. By this, he will be signing the Phase 1 of the agreement in the course of his attendance at the mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union and 12th Extraordinary Summit in Niamey, Niger Republic, in the coming days. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity states that a country that signs the first level will then go into country-level discussions leading to treaties after safeguards are agreed to. In accepting the reports as submitted, President Buhari made it clear that terms Nigerian government will be seeking include the development of policies that promote African production, among other benefits. And the National Economic Council's Committee on Farmers and Herders Crisis, under the chairmanship of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, met Wednesday to deliberate on the approved program of the National Economic Council and the federal government, tagged the National Livestock Transformation Program. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports that a member of the committee, Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, told the press after the meeting the program has been suspended by the president as it has been generating controversies lately.
Because it is not consistent with the NEC and federal government approved National Livestock Transformation Plan, which has programs of rehabilitation of displaced IDPs resulting from the crisis, and also development of ranching in any willing state of the Federation. The word is willing state of the Federation. The National Livestock Transformation Plan, its beauty is that what NEC and federal government approve is a voluntary program to all the 36 states who may like to participate. So it's not compulsory, it is for any state that is willing. We came to the program. Any state that is interested in this program is required to bring up a development plan that is keyed towards the implementation in line with our own program here that is unique to his state based on the challenges that he has in respect of the crisis. That's the section of this subcommittee, or the committee.
Now back to our earlier report that says that President Buhari received Edo chiefs.
The role of traditional rulers and elders in the society cannot be overemphasized, especially this time that the federal government is calling on them to cooperate in tackling security issues and for good governance. Therefore, the visit to the president by the Edo Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs is very, very apt. Welcoming the delegation, President Muhammadu Buhari said his social contract with the people of the country is to deliver on those things that would make their lives better, and that he reiterated that is determined to do. The president assured the delegation that more attention would be given to road project, especially the Abuja-Benin road. President Buhari, while calling on electricity distribution companies to inject more resources and technical expertise to improve supply of electricity across the country, said government would sustain efforts in building transmission infrastructure. The president said government was able to achieve food security through teamwork by all stakeholders and promised that more would be done to diversify and strengthen the Nigerian economy. On human trafficking, the president commended Oba Ewuare II and the Edo State Traditional Council for their intervention.
We traditional rulers.
Leader of the delegation, Omanoba Ukwa-Polopolo, Oba Ewuare II, congratulates the president and prayed for the success of his administration.
It is globally accepted that the action which we took against those involved in human trafficking have helped to reduce the illicit trade drastically.
He also appreciated the president for approving the National Festival of Arts and Culture to be held in Edo State, which he says would showcase the rich culture of the people. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
In the meantime, Nigerian rice farmers have applauded the Central Bank of Nigeria and the federal government for making the country attain self-sufficiency in the staple, despite consuming 1.2 billion naira worth daily. The farmers, through their association, also informed the journalist in Abuja that the Central Bank of Nigeria does not owe outstanding bills to benefiting rice farmers under the Anchor Borrowers Program. Leah Katumba reports.
The Rice Revolution, Nigeria's economic transformation program financed through the central bank, is anchored by President Muhammadu Buhari's stance on Nigeria producing what it eats and eating what it produces. Since its inception in 2015, billions of US dollars have been saved the economy through deliberate policies to curb provision of forex for importation for foreign goods with local production capacities by the central bank. However, the gains are being threatened by voices the Rice Farmers Association say are hinged on thwarting path of progress that has lifted a great number of persons out of poverty through proxies.
We said he is late. There is no how he can stop these successes that was achieved. And if he's attacking or trying to destroy the achievement we made in Rifan, he is late.
Goronyo said the effort of the central bank in achieving self-sufficiency in rice production since outlawing rice importation in 2015 is highly commendable, advising all to support the CBN to meet its mandate.
CBN are very good friends. They have supported us. We have achieved a lot through the central bank support, and we continue to appreciate that support that has been given to us by the central bank.
The Rice Farmers Association says the clarification becomes necessary to counter a publication in one of the dailies, accusing the central bank of owing refund contractors, outrightly saying the association has no contractors and are having the best of times ever from the bank. In Abuja, Leah Kating-Babatunde, NTA News.
And beneficiaries of the conditional cash transfer program in Benue State are counting their blessings as they laud the federal government for the positive impact it has on their economic status since its inception in 2016 in the state. Achigili Magaji reports that the beneficiaries are spread across 9 local government areas with 3 from each senatorial district.
Ms. Janet Odu is a middle-aged single mother from Ogbadibo local government area of the state. Given her poor economic status, she depends on assistance from family members and other good-spirited persons to meet her daily needs and that of her child. Her story has, however, changed for the better, as she is now a proud owner of a tailoring shop from where she earns her daily income. She said this was made possible by the assistance from the conditional cash transfer.
Government don't help me. I buy second-hand machine, and they use the money. They help myself buy many things for myself.
So now to thank the government that even as much as my husband is no more, the government have really tried with me, and I'm doing very well.
She is among the 25,000 beneficiaries of the program in the state, as attested to by facilitators who recently held a 3-day retraining workshop in Makurdi, the state capital.
It's a wonderful experience as the beneficiaries tell success stories of what they have seen, well, their benefits in the program.
We started with about 72 beneficiaries, but as of today, we have 1,460 beneficiaries in Ogbadi local government.
The state desk officer of the program, Mr. Wabu Tekura, says the beneficiaries are usually trained for life skills in order to build their capacities to move out of poverty.
We have enrolled so far well over 25,000 beneficiaries so far. But from the last statistics we had paid about 14,581 beneficiaries so far. But the rest of the leftover, that makes it about approximately 25,000, is going to be paid in the next tranche of payment.
The federal government established the conditional cash transfer program to address high level of hunger and poverty among the rural dwellers, especially female breadwinners. The memorandum of understanding was signed between the federal government and the Benue State government here in 2016, but the actual disbursement of funds to beneficiaries was in December 2017, using the poverty index from World Bank mapping to choose the poorest of the poor across the 774 local government areas of the country. In Makurdi, Achigili Magaji, NTA News.
Now, we have all kinds of fairs. We have the trade fairs, food fairs, motor fairs, and so on. There was even an African hairstyle fair recently in Abuja. That is all good and interesting. But for those looking for gainful employment, Taraba State is where to be for the mother of all fairs, the work fair. Joseph Austin tells us that 20,000 people are beneficiaries of the third round of the work fair scheme in the state, and that participants are presently receiving training and will be deployed to local communities to execute mini projects and earn a living.
The work fair scheme selects youths and gives them the needed orientation and training before deploying them to different communities to carry out certain works such as rehabilitation of feeder roads, construction of market stalls, reforestation, and engaging them in sanitation of public places, among other social works. The federal government, in collaboration with the World Bank, brought the initiative as a way of reducing unemployment and youth restiveness. Taraba State is among the states selected for the counterpart funding project, and it is presently executing its third round of the scheme with 20,000 participants.
This program is concerned with people that have not even been to school at all, and probably those that have attended primary school and could not even proceed to SS or JSS, and it includes those that are not employed. And not only that, people with disabilities.
The state government is being represented at the event by the Secretary in the Ministry of Urban Development, Usman Madu. He believes the program can create a lot of self-reliant youths and reduce idleness.
So therefore, I'm calling on you to make good use of this opportunity to better your livelihood, to assist your family with the stipends you are going to collect, which is 7,500 naira monthly.
I want to say that we thank God and then we thank that president to do this occasion for us.
The work fair scheme is expected among increased output of public workforce to improve basic social and economic infrastructure at community levels. In Jalingo, Joseph Sound Uten, NTA News.
And the Presidential Election Petitions Court has dismissed the application of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Atiku Abubakar, asking for an extension of time to join issues with the All Progressives Congress motion filed on the 15th May 2019. In an unanimous judgment, the five-man panel of justices led by Justice Mohammed Garba gave the verdict this Wednesday in Abuja. Dele Atumbi reports.
One of the issues before the Presidential Election Petitions Court for determination brought by the PDP and its candidate Atiku Abubakar is whether the proceedings on June 11, where the APC moved its motion filed on 15th May, and the withdrawal of the one filed on the 14th May 2019 without prior notice to the petitioners, where the PDP orally objected to the motion as recorded by the court, was not an infringement on the right to fair hearing of the petitioners. The PDP joined issues with the APC on the motion filed on the 14th of May 2019, but failed to join issues with the APC on the motion filed on 15th May 2019, duly served on the petitioners on the 16th May 2019, and merely raised objections without filing counter affidavit and address as required by law. With paragraph 47 subsection 4 of the 5th schedule of the Electoral Act, parties have 7 days to join issues with each other from the date of filing the motion. With this development, on the 11th June 2019, counsel to the APC Lateef Agbemi SAN withdrew the motion filed on the 14th May 2019, where the PDP joined issues with it and elected the one filed on 15th May 2019. In the motion, the APC is asking the court to dismiss the petition of the PDP, challenging the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari in the February 23rd presidential election for failure to join the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, in the suit. It is in the light of this that the PDP and its candidate brought the application on the 18th June 2019, pleading with the court to give them the opportunity to join issues with the APC on the matter. Though the extension of time is at the discretion of the court, Justice Mohammed Garba said it must be granted judiciously and judicially based on cogent reasons adduced. The Presidential Election Petitions Court observed that the PDP in its application did not adduce any reason for its failure to join issues with the APC on the matter. For this reason, the five-man Presidential Election Petitions Court dismissed the application of the PDP. The court also reserved ruling on the APC motion, which went unchallenged by the PDP and was not objected to by the two other respondents to the point of delivering its judgment on the petition. This verdict ends the pre-hearing session, and hearing on substantive matters commences this Thursday. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has commiserated with the government and people of Niger Republic over the killings of 18 soldiers by an armed group in the western region of the country. In a letter of commiseration to President Mahamudu Issoufou on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria, President Buhari condemns the heinous crime and the act of terrorism, praying that those reported missing would be found. More facts to emerge on the incident at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, as Senate investigates the use of Avastin injection for eye treatment. More on this after the break.
Enjoy the best of African football as NTA, Africa's largest television network and hotspots, Nigeria's foremost sports production and marketing company, bring you all 52 matches of the Africa Cup of Nations, Egypt 2019 live from June 21 to July 19, 2019. Yes, all 52 games will hit your screens in crystal clear digital quality. It's your guarantee of a memorable viewing experience and a wonderful cost-effective opportunity for corporate Nigeria to reach tens of millions of Nigerians. For sponsorship and commercial support, contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. Hot Sports, masters of the game. NTA, you can't beat the reach. Follow!
Kitty. Oh, baby. He doesn't want overripe things. Dudu by nature. Black is beautiful. Oh, talk to the hand. The baby is black. Ask her. Uche, quickly send me the baby video.
Okay, ma.
Yeah, he's playing.
but nationwide. The very best from Glow, the grandmasters of data.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, invites all secretaries to state government, permanent secretaries, heads of cabinet affairs offices in the Southwest Geopolitical Zone, consisting of Osun, Ondo, Oyo, Ekiti, and Lagos states, to the first in the series of the regional meetings for Secretaries of Cabinet Affairs offices, which is a follow-up meeting to the outcome of the maiden meeting held in the second quarter of 2019 in Abuja for secretaries to state government, permanent secretaries, heads of Cabinet Affairs offices. The meeting is designed to, among other things, develop a synergy between the Cabinet Affairs offices at the federal and state levels in order to develop a framework for a community practice. The follow-up meeting is scheduled to hold as follows. Date Thursday, July 4th, 2019. Time 9:45 a.m. Venue Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Announcer Babatunde Lawal, Permanent Secretary, Cabinet Affairs Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
Our country is filled with people with different skills. And like the game football, we all have a position to play. Some are in charge of protection. They keep the line safe from attackers. They are the defenders. To win, we must come together as one team. We must play as Nigeria united.
Maggie Signature. Better your love done set with you. Maggie Signature. Tomatoes, bay leaves, onions, pepper. It's a complete cooking mix.
It's my party jollof.
It's my signature.
It's our signature.
New Maggie Signature. The complete cooking mix comes in jollof, pottage, and mere variants.
What is it that transforms the economies of the world? More than a nation's natural resources, it is about the quality of its people. The UAE has largely transitioned from an oil-driven economy into one that is knowledge-based. And by developing their human capital, others who have little or no natural resources have become global leaders in technology and innovation. We can also do the same. Combining modern skills with entrepreneurship development will give rise to enterprises which can increase the demand and capacity for skilled labor. Our mission at the Industrial Training Fund is to provide the knowledge and skills that can meet this demand, in recognition that this combination is the global currency of the 21st century economies. And so for us, this is what it's all about.
Polo Ranch is inviting the general public to a day polo tournament to celebrate the emergence of the National Assembly leadership. Date, Saturday, 6 July 2019. Venue, Kefi Polo Ranch, Kilometer 45 Abuja Kefi Expressway, Kefi. Time, 3 p.m. Announcer, Honorable Ahmed Wadada Aliu, and supported by the Nasarawa State Government.
National Council for Arts and Culture wishes to inform stakeholders in the art and culture sector that the 49th edition of the National Technical Committee meeting on the National Festival of Art and Culture, NAFEST, is scheduled to hold as follows. Venue, Heritage Hotel, Benin City, Edo State. Date, 8th to 12th of July, 2019. Time, 10 a.m. daily. All commissioners of culture in the 36 states and all directors of culture, art councils and history bureau in the 36 states and the FCT are expected at the meeting. Announcer Otumba Olusegun Rushewe, Director General, National Council for Art and Culture.
Good to know you're still with us on News Extra. Kano State government has pulled down the building used by kidnappers in Semagu, which served as their hideout. The structure was demolished a day after the rescue of Magajin Garindora by security personnel. Fatima Sanusi Arai reports that people in the area commended the state government for taking the step.
two-bedroom building was pulled down to serve as deterrent to some landlords who rent out their property without proper investigations on tenants. As oftentimes, such facilities are used to hold hostages and conduct other illicit activities.
I don't think I can even express what I feel. It's something that we have never experienced before. So, so we are praying to Allah for this thing not to happen again to us.
Sources at Semagu, where Magajin Garin Daura, Musa Umar was held hostage for almost a week, described the action taken by the state government as a welcome development that will further create security consciousness among neighborhoods. In Kano, Fatima Sanusi Karaye, NTA News.
And it was a case that sent shockwaves across Nigeria. The murder of a former Chief of Defense Staff, late Air Chief Alex Badi. Now, the investigative panel set up to look into the incident says it has made headway in the case, parading some suspects implicated in the murder. Correspondent Najat Tijani reports.
One of the biggest mysteries in Nigeria, the murder of the late Chief of Defense Staff, sent ripples through Nigeria in December 2018. But now, a joint investigative committee set up to look into the incident has cracked the case. 27 top security experts from the Nigeria Police Force, Department of State Services and Armed Forces of Nigeria formed part of the panel, assisted by 21 investigators.
The panel proceeded with the investigation activities and subsequently accepted into custody 20 suspects earlier arrested by the services and agencies. Thereafter, we obtained cautionary statements from the 20 suspects and cross-examined them accordingly.
Newsmen had this interaction with one of the 15 suspects arrested in different states, while 5 of them, including the mastermind, one Alhaji, are still at large.
After we have killed him, then I carried that bag.
Bag of what? What
the
was in the bag?
money, and give.
How much was in the bag?
We don't know. We give Ibrahim. Ibrahim handled it to Alhaji Maube.
It is a case reminiscent of the murder of former Chief of Administration, Nigerian Army, late Major General Idris Al-Ali, who went missing on his way to Bauchi State while driving alone. His remains were later found and the culprits brought to book. Similarly, the late retired Air Force officer and Defense Chief Alex Badi was killed while returning from his farm along Abuja Kefi Road. Charges were dropped posthumously of the alleged fraud of 3.9 billion naira he was being tried for. Now the courts will decide the fate of the suspects. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
Thank you, Raja, for that update. And last week, Nigerians woke up with the shocking story of 10 patients who lost their sight after allegedly being injected with Avastin drug at the National Eye Center, Kaduna. The incident engaged the Senate for almost 2 hours as they resolved to investigate the use of Avastin injection for eye treatment. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwa reports.
Senate plenary took off in low spirits following a motion that drew the attention of the Senate to a viral video of alleged physical abuse of a woman in a shop by Senator Elisha Abo. Senate set up another committee to carry out investigation into the matter. Senator Sam Egu is chairman of the committee.
The committee has 2 weeks to provide the environment for the people involved to appear and defend or present their cases.
Senator Aishatu Dahiru also drew the attention of the Senate to the case of 10 patients who went blind after receiving Avastin injection at the National Eye Center, Kaduna. Senate perceived it as a national emergency and resolved to investigate the appropriateness of the use of the drug in eye treatment.
NAFDAC to make public the result of their test on the said injection and suspend the use of Avastin injection by hospital in Nigeria for eye treatment.
This same drug was banned in the United States of America.
Avastin drug was used in the United States of America. There were reported victims.
It could be a good drug, mislabeled, and therefore injected for the wrong reason.
It was a day of motions on disastrous incidents as Senator George Sekibo moved the motion for oil companies to be more precautious with laying of pipes and for the National Emergency Management Agency to visit victims of the recent pipeline explosion in Konkom Oyibo local government area of Rivers State.
Urge the NNPC and PPMC and other agencies in the oil and gas production sector to improve on the security of the nation's oil pipelines all over the country.
The aging of the pipelines are the main cause of pipeline explosion.
Senate is to review the decrease in the import duties on the importation of soap noodles from 35 to 10%. Senator Jibrin Barau moved the motion.
And the expected huge job losses, if this policy is sustained, will further destroy, degrade, and imperil the chances of our economy for sustainable stability.
There must have been a reason. That reason is not made available to us.
Many industries are still importing palm oil. So why should it be like this?
People have to import to meet the needs and desires of Nigerians who are in dire needs of these elements.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, granted audience to the leadership of the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria and the National President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, during which he advised them not to embark on strike as the 30,000 naira new minimum wage will soon be implemented.
We'll be with you on the journey to the realization of the implementation of what the National Assembly has passed and what the President has signed.
Meanwhile, Senate has announced membership of its Committee on Media and Publicity with Senator Adedayo Adeyeye as chairman. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
And still with the National Assembly, the National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it has commenced investigation into the alleged assault by its member, Senator Elisha Abu. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbodiyan, says the PDP detests and completely condemns such an act of lawlessness and callousness as exhibited by the senator in a video. Consequently, commenced investigation into the matter and assures Nigerians that it would stand on the side of justice. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, has ordered a comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the alleged assault. In a statement by Force Public Relations Officer Frank Mba, the IGP assures citizens of utmost professionalism by the police in handling the matter and promised that the force will ensure justice. In the meantime, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has also called on the embattled senator to submit himself to the police for investigation and charged his party to take necessary disciplinary action. Moving on, the senator representing Adamawa North on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, Ishaku Abu, has apologized to Nigerians, the Senate, the People's Democratic Party, family, friends, as well as the Nigerian women for his assault on a lady. Addressing the media at the National Secretariat of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja, Senator Abu says the episode has taught him a great lesson both as a private citizen and a public officer, particularly as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, upon whom public confidence is bestowed.
I personally apologize to Bibra and her family for my actions. No matter what you did to me, you don't deserve such treatment. I am sorry. I have never been known for violence. Regardless of what transpired prior to my expression of anger, which I'm not ready to discuss, I am sincerely sorry, and I plead that all men and women of good conscience shall have the heart to forgive me. The air is human, forgive is divine.
Correspondent Timothy Yusuf reports that Senator Abu assures Nigerians, especially the people of Adamawa North, of his good conduct at all times, pointing out that his family and religious upbringing do not give approval to such conduct and therefore seeks forgiveness before God and all those who feel offended by his action. Meanwhile, plenary turns rowdy at the House of Representatives Wednesday, while Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila read out names of nominees for minority leadership positions. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali has a situation report.
Letter I have here. Pursuant to Order 7, Rule 8, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Unduli Elumelu, Minority Leader, Honorable Tony Okechukwu, Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable General Minority Whip, and Honorable Adekoya, Deputy Minority Whip.
That was the reaction of some House members of minority parties at the House of Representatives when the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, read out a letter containing names of minority leaders signed by 90 House members cutting across minority parties. The Speaker explained that the signatories acted in line with provisions of House standing rules of nominating and forwarding names of those they wish to have as minority leaders. This, however, did not go down well with some other House members belonging to minority parties, as stated while briefing the press.
We are aware that yesterday, the Senate, in compliance with parliamentary practice, read out the letter from the APC and the letter from the PDP. And of course, there were dissenting voices. And the Senate President, in his wisdom, advised senators who are aggrieved to go back to their parties, conclude the issues, and as soon as he receives any other correspondence from any of the parties, that he will also read same on the floor. However, and very unfortunately, in the House of Representatives, the reverse is the case.
Names read out for minority positions are Ndudi Elumelu, Minority Leader, Toby Okechukwu, Deputy Minority Leader, Goni Gideon, Minority Whip, while Abdulmajid Adekoya is the Deputy Minority Whip. At the commencement of plenary, 4 new House members were sworn in by the clerk. The House has in the meantime resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to get a brief from heads of key security agencies in the country on the prevailing security situation in Zamfara State.
The situation in Zamfara is a systematic war of attrition.
This terrible state of things has destroyed the means of livelihood of Zamfara inhabitants, scared away credible businessmen and potential investors, and halted the hitherto agricultural activities as people no longer go to farms to grow food.
The lawmakers also adopted a motion urging the Nigeria Football Association to ensure payments of bonuses and allowances to players by creating a special fund for that purpose to prevent embarrassment during important tournaments. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
You're watching News Extra on the network service of the NTA, and still to come, productive interaction between members of the Association of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is set to produce transformation in the healthcare sector.
Now me I go ask and say, why all of us go pay 100,000 naira? Say, cause say your husband, he want do 70th birthday. She now all of us marry up together. When her mama die, she collects money. Her papa die, she collects money. Her mama die, she collect. You remember when she talk, say she wanted her mama dead body.
Mama, you too talk.
Now you be glad when they dash me credit anyhow. Imagine, 40-year-old dead body. Why you they laugh now? Now try to bring your money.
Mama, no laugh.
Not be you, Jerry. Now some apropos customer there when they know they mind their own business. Whoa. I never even begin to give you her gist.
Glow and Maple. Get 5 times your recharge to call all networks. Recharge with *555* #PIN#.
Make I sell my market finish first, eh? I will call you back. Oh.
Glow Unlimited.
Back for a minute to the old school. Everybody love me when I do what I do. Cause when I come through, I got the power of cool. The power of cool.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice. And making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1, 2, 3. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to give them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent's Triple Protection 1, 2, 3.
The sound of your shutter hails you as your flash falls on everyday people. In this country of party and daily blackouts, your camera, they snap memories, they go. Even though 30 billion not in your account, still, you continue to push and believe. And that girl, now you go marry her. That business, not go spoil for your hand. Because at Union Bank, there's a loan for everyone. Apply today. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
I thought leaving the country was the best decision for me and my future.
I left for a better life.
We were picked up by immigration officials and sent to a detention camp.
I spent 8 months in the detention camp.
There was no food, no water.
I saw people being beaten like animals.
Some women were raped. Some women were sold as slaves.
I thought I would never see my loved ones again.
I have made the biggest mistake of my life.
I have wasted all my savings.
I have to start all over again.
Migration is a human phenomenon which cannot be stopped. But if we choose to migrate, we advocate that it should be done in a safe, orderly, regular, and dignified way, and not in a dangerous and tortuous manner.
This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons.
One Football Confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Welcome back. Participating countries in the Declaration of Cooperation have signed a charter to further strengthen what may be described as a high-level voluntary commitment to stabilize the oil market. The 6th OPEC and non-OPEC ministerial meeting in Vienna, Austria, committed to continue proactive dialogue as they keep a close eye on the market to ensure stability. Correspondent Lydia Sampson has the report.
The Declaration of Cooperation, experts say, constitutes an unprecedented milestone in the history of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. This is because for the first time ever in 2016, member countries of OPEC coordinated with 11 non-OPEC oil-producing countries in an effort to accelerate the stabilization of the global oil market through voluntary production adjustments. The endorsement of the Charter of Cooperation, various speakers says, underscores the core principles of transparency, equity, and fairness, which underpinned OPEC's interactions with its non-OPEC oil-producing partners. Manuel Salvador Fernandez, People's Minister of Petroleum Venezuela, and the Minister of Energy of the Russian Federation, Alexander Novak, reiterated member countries' resolve to sustain the market through secure supply to consumers.
Sus implicaciones en el mercado petrolero.
In view of the underlying large uncertainties and its potential implications on the global oil market, the 6th OPEC and non-OPEC ministerial meeting decided to extend the decision taken on voluntary production adjustments for 9 months.
At the same time, I would like to underscore the fact that each single nation of the 24-nation group has its own independent and extremely valuable opinion, and any decision taken cannot be taken without the acceptance of all countries. So each opinion is equal in value.
We were also conscious of the fact that this one variable of stocks of inventory was the culprit. And to be able to return this equation to balance, it was beyond OPEC. So we needed to go outside of OPEC to reach out to other producers, to persuade them and convince them with the data to come on board and work with us. And this we were able to achieve. And we have these 24 countries now and probably growing. And these countries have agreed yesterday and today, ratified today, to have a charter of cooperation that would institutionalize this partnership into a Catholic marriage, if you like.
The 6th OPEC and non-OPEC ministerial meeting is resolved to build on success achieved with the declaration of cooperation, now more permanent as a charter. From Vienna, Austria, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
And the country's transportation system requires a complete overhaul for effectiveness. Corps Marshal of Federal Road Safety Corps, Boboye Oyeyemi, is suggesting an intermodal transport system as the way out of challenges in the sector. This was part of his presentation at the first Distinguished Lagos State University Lecture Series. Paul Omukagu has the details.
Tackling the challenges in the transport sector goes beyond road rehabilitation and maintenance. It is for this reason the Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Boboye Oyeyemi, is clamoring a total restructuring of all the subsectors. Speaking on the theme, Transportation and Road Safety Management, Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, he proposed an all-inclusive transport system with all the subsectors fully operational.
90% of our mobility is on the road, and there's no room for expansion again in Lagos State and in some states. So we must integrate other modal transportation system to be able to reduce the traffic congestion. If you have the intermodal functioning, it's just for you to board the train or the ferry and you get to your destination.
Lagos State Deputy Governor, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transportation, Tahibu Salam, says efforts are being intensified to ensure the inland waterway transportation becomes more effective.
Removing all the debts on water, we are dredging water, we are putting navigational aids on water, we are also buying ferry and we are building more jetties. So the removal of wreckage on water, all this encompasses the use of water. You see, water, going to water transportation is not as easy as what you can easily see the infrastructural provision on the road. It's not possible. Because you have to dredge, people don't see, they just see the level of water.
A number of issues have been thrown up that we, as a midwife, will ensure that we follow with all the heads of agencies and parastatals that are here.
The event had all relevant stakeholders in the transport sector in attendance. In Lagos, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
In the latest development, management of a West African seasoning company, makers of Ajinomoto food seasoning, has commenced a week-long sensitization program in Onitsha, the commercial city of Anambra State, to enlighten the people of the benefits of patronizing the brand. Ekene Ndulue reports that a visit to the Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Nnaemeka Achibe, was first in their line of activities.
Ajinomoto, a premium brand of the West African Seasoning Company, is a Japanese product spanning over 100 years. Made from fermented sugarcane, the brand boasts of possessing the umami flavor, which enhances the taste of food. The brand promoters expressed concern with the negative rumors surrounding the product, especially in the southeast region of Nigeria.
This is reality, and we've never tried to communicate and lead to a correct direction. So that's exactly what we have just started now. Right?
Application in everything you do in life is key. So most times we don't know about the application, and that's why we're now teaching people how to use it. Pure MSG, very consumable, made out of sugar cane, just like our iru, our dawa, and all of that. So it's very good for food.
Presenting the brand to the traditional ruler of Onitsha, the delegation described the products as healthy, economical, and duly certified by products regulatory agencies.
Monosodium glutamate, which is pure Ajinomoto, is safe for consumption because we have worked on it at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, as far back as 1998.
Adding Ajinomoto to your food gives you that distinct deliciousness.
At the end of the entire activity, we want to claim our market share back. That is basic. We want this negative perception about this brand to stop.
The week-long sensitization program in Onitsha is also designed to commemorate the 110th anniversary of Ajinomoto worldwide and will see the promoters engaging community influencers and consumers on the benefits of introducing Ajinomoto to their dishes. In Onitsha, Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
The desired transformation in the healthcare sector may not be too far away. Good news, you may say. Members of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in America had a productive engagement with the chairman and CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri-Erewa. What's the content of this interaction, you may ask? That's what Joy Osiago is about to tell us from Washington, D.C. She says the result may lead to healthy innovations to disrupt the debilitated traditional healthcare system.
Something that is really high up there is women's reproductive health.
Women's health in a changing world is the theme of the annual scientific convention and assembly of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas in Washington, D.C. this year. It was a veritable platform for the chairman and chief executive officer of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission to present the Diaspora Professionals Healthcare Initiative, DPHI, for enhanced participatory dialogue. The initiative is designed to ensure effective collaboration between medical practitioners in Nigeria and their counterparts abroad to improve the healthcare delivery system.
We need to do it always in conjunction with local partners.
Then came suggestions on how to deal with the challenges encountered by these medical practitioners over the years while embarking on health missions to Nigeria.
In making products or services available to people, it's always been at the community level, the village, the local government, the state.
How many of us are going to Nigeria? What is our expertise? Where in Nigeria are we going to? The Diaspora Initiative can create a similar database where you would know which university needs what kind of skills and what kind of training. And then if we match that together, the initiative can actually say, if I'm going to be in Nigeria for 1 week, and my program is only 3 days, I can spend one of the two remaining days with the initiative. If you can match me up, right?
Create the structures that can at least temporarily bypass the existing structures. Get those people successful, create a critical mass of them, and then we can begin to talk about getting all these people to come back for however long it is, 1 year or 1 month or 1 week.
The collaboration involves cooperation of those back home, and those coming from abroad will not come down to look at them. It's going to be a collaboration, it's a partnership, and it's going to be a win-win situation for both sides and ultimately for our country.
Physicians are hoping that the collaboration will lead to the desired disruptive innovation in the Nigerian healthcare system. In Washington, D.C., Joy Osiago, NTA News.
Good news there from Washington, D.C. Now, close your eyes for about 5 minutes and try doing 1 or 2 chores in the house. Then you will appreciate what the beauty and importance of sight is. Then you will also appreciate the feelings of some 1,700 persons from Taraba State who have benefited from a free eye medical care in Taraba State. The exercise was organized to support people who could not afford such medical attention. Christy Adaji tells us about this philanthropic gesture at the Federal Medical Center, Jalingo.
For 1 week, a team of medical experts carried out different eye screening, treatments and surgeries, as well as administered drugs on patients from across Taraba State and those from outside.
Give them a health talk on what to do for these few periods before they can resume their normal activities.
Some of the beneficiaries commended the initiative, urging other allies in the society to emulate the gesture, which they described as life-changing.
I don't feel better like today. It be like God sent somebody to come and help me. But now this glass that we are seeing for my eye, give me anything that I need for my mind.
It is give us the drugs for me to administer for my boy.
At least it's helping. We can see many people here. I've been waiting for this opportunity. The last time they came, I couldn't make it.
The team will be proceeding to Delta State in continuation of the humanitarian program. In Jalingo, Christy Ayagwa Adaji, NTA News.
Now, have you ever thought of how IDPs returning to their homes are going to begin all over to grow their lives? Tough thought. If you ask me, well, 100 of such returnees in Golani local government area of Yobe State are a bit lucky, as they are benefiting from farm input distributed by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons. You know, this is like teaching them to fish so they can eat for a lifetime. Yunusa Suleiman reports.
The 100 beneficiaries of the farm inputs were from Gabai village in Kulani local government area, and each was given improved sesame and onion seeds, fertilizer, sprayer, herbicide, pesticide and insecticide, among others, with a view to boosting agricultural production in the area and the state in general. The Commissioner of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Sadia Umar Farouk, charged the beneficiaries to make use of the farm inputs for the purpose intended, which is to restore their means of livelihood through agricultural activities.
For the beneficiaries, we do not expect them to go to the market and sell it. We do expect them to go and use it judiciously.
We ask the local government council to be very vigilant to ensure that they make best use of it.
Vice Chairman of Gulani local government area, Awal Hassan, thanked the Commission for assisting the locals with the agricultural inputs, saying the intervention wouldn't have come at a better time than now. Now, the beneficiaries, Grima Modu, commended the Commission for coming to their aid and pledged to utilize the farm inputs to boost agricultural activities in their area. Similarly, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has also distributed household materials to 150 IDPs in Potoskum town, while handed over drugs and medical equipment to the State Emergency Management Agency for onward distribution to clinics in Bunyadi.
This town was once under the occupation of Boko Haram terrorists, but as you can see, life has returned to normal with people going about their legitimate activities. With the distribution of agricultural inputs to the people of this community, the effort will go a long way in boosting agricultural productivity in this year's farming season. From Bara, the headquarters of Gulani local government area, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Oh, we wish the people of Gulani local government area their best of luck. Now, the slogan, "You can't beat the reach" of the largest TV network in Africa, NTA, is not just talking about the radius, the signal that it covers, but the combination of distance and the quality of its content formed a magnetic field. Now, this attracted the management of Cameroon Radio and Television to the NTA, requesting for partnership that will help it get some content for the people of Cameroon. Adibola Brookslyn Sunday was at the meeting between the two broadcast outfit and now reports.
Call it the largest TV in Africa. You are correct. If you say the station, you can't beat its reach, you are not wrong. Over the years, the Nigerian Television Authority has been showing the class it's made of. With the commitment and dedication of the present leadership, a lot of improvements have been recorded in the area of quality signals and rich contents. This four-man delegation from Cameroon Radio and Television is in NTA to collaborate and work out modalities on how to learn from the rich content for the benefit of the people of Cameroon.
Both on news and on documentary programs or magazines, and of course we cannot leave out your good sense of humor, which we see in many of your programs that are broadcast around the world.
More than willing, to work with the...
As a big brother, the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, gave a nod to the requests.
It's going to be a different ball game altogether. From now, moving forward, we will be happy, to have this practical relationship, not only on paper.
Both parties agreed to foster relationship for the benefit of their people.
Language shouldn't be a barrier to enjoying good content, because I'll tell you, most of films produced in Nigeria are enjoyed in Cameroon.
The Director General also received the leadership of the Ahmadu Bello University Alumni Association ahead of the organization's 2019 lecture, dinner, and recognition awards nights. Leader of the delegation, Professor Hamed Tijani Mora, expressed his pride in the broadcast giant.
So many television houses in this country, but NTA has remained supreme in this country. I was very proud of that. It's almost automatic. Anytime it's 9 o'clock, you look at your watch because of that time. It is based on that 9 o'clock p.m. news, sir, that we're here.
A lot of people look up to ABU, and a lot of people look up to NTA. So we have a very pivotal role to play in the current quest to move Nigeria to the next level.
The DG, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, is one of the recipients of the 2018 Distinguished Services Award, and the 2019 edition is slated for July 6, 2019. Adebola, Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
Proudly NTA, that's what I can say. Despite so many challenges, the educational sector in Borno State gets a boost. News Extra returns after the break. Please stay tuned.
Our country is filled with people with different skills. And like the game football, we all have a position to play. And the strikers, they are the go-getters. They break barriers and steal the show. To win, we must come together as one team. We must play as Nigeria United.
They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
One Football Confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Nigeria's premier sports production and marketing group, Hot Sports, partners with the biggest, the largest and the #1 television network in Africa, the NTA, to give Nigerians a memorable viewing experience. Boost fan support for the Super Eagles to glory in Egypt. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Good to have you back on News Extra. If there is a dream and hope for a greater and stronger nation, education for all is the platform for achieving it. True. Towards this end, someone is demonstrating a patriotic approach to this with unrelenting commitment by raising productive citizens educationally through the Future Prowess Islamic Foundation School in Maiduguri. Pauline Kuje Vance tells us more on how the Zanna Mustafa-owned school operates in the midst of so many challenges in Borno State.
Many children in Borno State, the epicenter of the Boko Haram insurgency, had their education disrupted as a result of killings of their breadwinners and displacement, bringing about increase in the number of orphans, abandoned, unaccompanied, and street children. The children who might have been lost or remained on the street now feel hopeful with the help of Future Prowess Islamic Foundation, which began over a decade, also running both primary and secondary schools. With almost 2,000 students in 3 locations within Maiduguri, the state capital, 70% are girls, all in a bid to encourage girl-child education, in addition to free feeding, education, and healthcare services for all. Future Prowess Islamic Foundation School admits Muslims, Christians, and children from all ethnic backgrounds with one purpose, giving them a better life for tomorrow. Considering the impact of insurgency, the school deployed the services of professors and other professionals, imparting learning and character development, psychosocial and livelihood support, as well as conflict resolutions, in helping them embrace peace and reject hatred along religious, tribal, and cultural differences.
Over 2,560 names of children waiting to be enrolled into the school. We don't have a bigger space to accommodate all this.
There's a renaissance across Nigeria. The much desired national unity, the much desired peace in Nigeria is starting from here. This is just the epicenter.
The students and alumnus attested to the positive impact of the school in their lives.
When I came into the school, I met people from diverse backgrounds, and our diversity became our strength.
I was just a street boy roaming. Luckily, then Future Prowess come to my rescue. I just finished my exams and I'm done with my projects. I studied computer engineering.
For us in the north, if you look at the street now and see the prodigious number of children in our streets, you know the magnitude cannot be handled by government. And that is a time bomb about to explode. That is why we are looking for collaboration from the government.
In Maiduguri, Pauline Kuje Vance, NTA News.
In a latest